Is a very different Robert Pattinson than a lot of people may be used to, but he and Guy Pearce are starring in the new film called The Rover. It is hitting theaters on Friday, and those two gentlemen were kind enough to join us this morning to talk about the new film. And guys, we're glad to have you here in San Diego, but let's also be real. I know that you're talking to a lot of people. Is this just really grueling to do these film tours?
Oh, I'm looking at an electronic eyeball right now.
Yes, that's right. They can be grueling. To be honest, it's less grueling if the film's no good. So this has been all right because we're both pretty pleased with the movie and pretty happy to be part of it.
Well,
if the film's no good, it's really hard work.
Glad to hear that. And talk to us about the making of this film, because it was shot entirely in the Australian outback. Is that right?
Yeah, I think every single shot, yeah. It's it was great. I mean, we were everybody was out on the road together. Our entire crew moved towns further and further into the outback, about either every few days or every couple of weeks into a new more and more remote town. It was kind of fun, that just having a quite a bonding experience with everybody, because everyone was living in tiny motels for weeks and weeks.
And is that just so different than any other film scene that or film shoot that you've experienced before?
I mean, generally, you're the only one in an alien city, and you know, everyone else goes home to their families, and you're just sort of
in a hotel room.
You sit by yourself in a hotel room. But it was nice, having absolutely everybody was on the road together. So it's kind of a nice little community.
And Guy, I know there's a couple of big secrets in the film that we can't give away. We don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but give us generally, what's the plot of this film?
Well, really, the film is set in a post-economic and social collapse, and so my character that I play is pretty much given up on life. He feels like the world's given up on itself, and society has lost all sense of humanity. So it's a very bleak kind of setting. And my character really has one thing left to do in his life, and that involves a car that I have and that I own, which is really my last possession. And the car gets stolen, so at the start of the movie this car gets stolen and I just need to get the car back because of what's in it. And I come across Rob's character who I realise is connected to the theft of that car. It's actually his brother who's stolen it. So he wants to get back to his brother. I want to get this back so that I can do this last thing that I can't give away. And so we both set off on the road together. But really, my character, as I say, he has no sense of compassion anymore. He just doesn't care for Ray, which is Rob's character. And so really, I kidnap him, I suppose, for my own purpose. And it really just follows this very odd relationship between these two on this very long journey out into the further and further out into the desert.
And Rob, this is such a sort of a hard left turn for people who know you as Edward Cullen from the Twilight movies. What's the reception been like so far from your fans?
Well, I'm not really sure about fans. I guess I'll find out in the next few days when it's going on more screens. But yeah, it was a good reaction. We played it. I was in the audience at Cannes and then in Sydney and in LA, and it's I mean, incredibly different and varied reactions, but all pretty good. I mean, I think the people who like it really like it, which is great. It's always better having quite a divisive, having a movie that really, you really feel it afterwards if you connect to it.
Robert Pattinson, Guy Pearce, thank you so much for taking a couple minutes for us here in San Diego this morning. Their film, The Rover, hits theaters on Friday, and I've watched the trailer and seen a couple clips for it. It looks really good. So, gentlemen, we're going to be looking for it on